Hey there, Magic One. Welcome to your tarot reading for the week. I really hope that you are staying blessed. I've just called in to say a big hi and to let you know what I've been working on. I'm actually currently chipping away at the March monthly tarot readings. Yes, chipping away because it does take a lot of time. So I'll be releasing them across the next 2 or 3 weeks, hopefully 2. So keep an eye out for your sign. There's also extended versions of those available this time around. So if the message really resonates for you and perhaps you don't want to get a personal reading, you can, for a very small donation, jump into a more deep and clarified version of that reading. So all the details will be in the reading. When you see your sign pop up, you can find that out. If you do want a personal reading or healing, I am available for those, and you'll find the link to my website down below where you can arrange that. The doors are always open to the initiation. That is my immersive Learn Tarot journey. Should you want to really learn to connect more deeply with your own intuition and guide yourself, I'd love to take you on that journey with me. But for now, I am wishing you a week of love and magic. Thanks for joining me for your reading. Let's head across now. Capricorn, welcome to your tarot reading for March 14th to the 20th. I hope you're doing really, really well. Let's see what may be on the cards for you for this week, or the weeks that surround this week, as timing can be fluid. I've got the 9 card block here: 3 recent past, 3 focus energy, 3 fear near future outcome, selection of oracles, a lead tarot energy, and I have turned over the bottom of the deck for you. Capricorn, have to say, I love this energy. Yeah, you're going to be going through some stuff, but it is leading you somewhere absolutely magical, emotionally fulfilling, a blessed life reality. And can I just say, I have never seen this before in the reading. In this row here, I've got the 8, 9, and 10 of cups. My little OCD within me just wishes the 8 was here, so it went 8, 9, 10. But you get the picture. Like, you know, you have this kind of progression towards a much happier, much more fulfilling reality for yourself. This is high vibe stuff. But first, Capricorn, you got some work to do. So just to let you know, I'm using the Sacred Creator Oracle, the Moonology Oracle, Moonchild, and Starchild Tarots from Danielle Knoll. She is my personal favorite tarot designer, and I'm using the Radiant Rider-Waite. So jumping in, Cappy, I have got changes. Okay, the first card out told me, most of what I need to know about this reading. You are going to be going through a period of change, but this is change to surrender to and not resist, Cappy, because this is such positive change for you. Okay, coming into a place of harmony within your life. Now, what area of your life is this playing out in? Well, you know me, Cappy, if you're a regular, I read the energetic pattern. You relate it to your life area. This could be in love for many of you. It could be in work, could be in friendship or family. Okay, so changes are upon you. Big changes, but big, happy changes. The now. I've got the now. It says the time is now for these changes, and it's going to be really important for you, Capricorn, to stay very aware in the present moment, okay? When we're going through changes, sometimes we can revert to connecting to the energy of the past, and then we can get nostalgic. We can remember just the good times, and that can hinder us from making those changes. The other thing that we do is project into the future, and then we start worrying about what's waiting for us in the future, how things are going to be. Fear of the unknown arises, and that's another reason to hinder those changes. So you need to make these decisions and navigate yourself from the eternal now moment. A fiery climax approaches, Capricorn. This is the Moonology card, full moon in Aries, and We are rapidly approaching Aries season as well. So I feel that with this reading, if it doesn't play out this week, you are going through the decision-making process, Cappy, and I feel that it will be, you know, across, you know, April, across Aries season, that things come to a head, that the climax really approaches here. Lead energy is the High Priestess, and this is really about following your inner compass. Capricorn, it's about feeling your way through this rather than thinking your way through this, because with the Nine of Swords in reverse down here, it was probably in the upright at some stage for you, meaning you might be doing a whole lot of overthinking about the situation, which, like I said before, can have you connect to past or future energies and not be in the eternal now where you need to make this decision. Really, the key is to do anything that brings you back to your body. That is where we find the eternal now. So your meditation, your nature walks, or, you know, whatever puts you in the flow state, you know, cooking, playing an instrument, doing your art, whatever it is that you do is really important. There's also kind of a message here of all will be revealed. There might be something being revealed about this person, this situation that I do see you moving on from, I have to say, Capricorn. That could be the final catalyst that you needed. But this also says to me that all will be revealed on your new journey. You just need to trust the path that is unfolding for you. The letters B and J may be significant for some of you. You can just see it in that card, actually. It's very, very light, but the classic radiant, the Rider-Waite cards show it quite clearly. Okay, I'll get to the full, but let's start with your situation. King of Swords, Four of Pentacles, Three of Swords. King of Swords is Aquarian energy. You may be dealing with an Aquarian. The King of Swords can also be somebody, regardless of sign, who's in a position of power or authority. Could be your boss, could be your mentor, your manager. Could be your father or father-in-law. It could be, you know, a husband or somebody who embodies more of a masculine energy in a female body. It's this energy of somebody who, you look, if they are unbalanced, they could become irrational and cutting, okay? They could be unreasonable. So maybe they have become like that, and that is a reason why you want to move away. The King of Swords, who is unbalanced, has the ability to play mental, like, mind games, like the gaslighting, manipulation, and that sort of thing. Now, they may or may not be like that, and you may or may not be dealing with a person that resembles this, but what I do see is that you are transitioning away from a situation that is not bringing you happiness, okay? And like I said, this could be in your work, this could be in your relationship. I'm not seeing a clear indication of either one. For more of you, it will be in your relationship, given all the Cups energy and the Lovers here. So you're wanting to move away from this situation because you've had the awakening that it's just not the full picture and you can never get to the 9 or 10 of Cups in this. But the Four of Pentacles is also very prominent here, and this is an energy of holding on, and you're holding on because it is a comfort zone or there is a codependency. It's what you know, okay? It's the known, and there's no judgment there, right? Like, that's what we all do. Especially as we get into, like, adult life and say this is a relationship for you. You know, adult relationships, we often set up home with someone. We often buy assets together, whether it's, you know, smaller things or a car or even a home, the big things. And then when we want to dissolve a relationship, we stand to cut things in half, don't we? And that can feel like a big step back. So that's sort of another reason why we often hold on to situations until we can either no longer stand them, until a fiery climax approaches, or until somebody else comes in for us. The same thing about a job. Like, we kind of settle in, we get to like the people we work with and the environment, and we know the commute. It's the known. The known is the comfort zone. So even though the work may get challenging, or we might be under the rule of a demanding boss or manager, we will stay there because the fear of the unknown is greater. But the cards are saying it's time for you to consider letting go and severing ties here with the Three of Swords. There's some reason why you're needing to abandon this, and it's because you cannot create the number 3, the true reality that you are wanting from within this situation. You are wanting some greater transformation for yourself here, Capricorn. So the King of Swords is also a decision. It's time to make that decision. And the cards are saying make sure you see the big picture here. The King of Swords is a big picture energy. It's by taking an eagle eye perspective, you know, looking at all the details here, looking at like how your involvement in this situation has led you to where you are now, and the likely future outcome and potential if you stay in this situation. Generally, the future will look very much like what you've got now. So if that's what you want, free will says you can stay there. If it's not what you want, then we consider moving to the Eight of Cups and heading off on a new journey. Focus energy, 8, 9, and 10 of Cups. So the Eight of Cups is that awakening, as I mentioned, to the fact that there is something fundamentally missing in the situation. And it is unrealistic to expect a partner or a workplace to tick every single box that we may have on our list. But there are some boxes that are our non-negotiables, right? That we really feel that we are lacking and unhappy and not content and not spiritually and soulfully satisfied if they're not ticked. For example, a fundamental value difference in a relationship. One wanting to have kids, one not. One wanting to live in the family in the country, one not. One wanting to retire, you know, in a certain location, one not, depending on what life stage you're at. You know, in the work situation, the fundamental box not being ticked is like, you know, oh, I love this job and my colleagues, but I can't progress here. And I've got these bigger goals and I want to buy a home and I want to start a family and I want this blessed life. And I'm just not going to be able to achieve that here. And sometimes we have to make those hard decisions. We have to make those hard decisions to better ourselves, basically. So I feel like you're making a hard decision to better yourself. That is going to be your victory. The moon here says you need to tune into that intuition. And also the moon energy with the high priestess is a reflective energy of you know, really looking into the shadows of the situation, okay? Looking at the truth, looking at what you may not have been seeing, what you might have kind of been turning a blind eye to or keeping your rose-tinted glasses on. See it all. King of Swords sees it all and assesses that information and makes a sound decision. And your decision, I feel, is taking a fool's journey. The Fool is about a new path opening and beginning to walk that path regardless. So if this is a work situation for you, my advice is it's time for you to seek elsewhere, okay? Open up the energy net and see what comes your way. Some of you, if this is a harsh situation and you have the funds to support you, you may even decide just to leave and give yourself the time to look for something. That may not be realistic for everybody. If this is in a relationship, you know, obviously we need to have communication before we go off on our way. And it's time for you to consider really having that truthful, honest communication of the Ace of Swords. So the Fool is about walking that new path in the direction of your rebel heart, your truth as guided by the sun, source, spirit, your higher self. You know, your intuition, whatever it is for you, and your instincts, because you know you're heading into a positive new direction. But we don't get too caught up on the end game, right? The destination, because we can end up in that worry, that anxiety, and that keeps us stuck where we are. So the 9 and 10 of Cups says what's on offer down the path is the potential, right? Because this is all about potentials. For wish fulfillment, for blessed life, for a higher elevation, for whatever your dream is, making that happen, because the 9 of Cups is the card of wish fulfillment. Now your dream will be different from my dream, will be different to somebody else's dream that's watching that, okay? Watching this, because this is a general reading. So outcome is Ace of Swords, 9 of Swords in reverse, and the Lovers. It is time for you to communicate where you're at in terms of this soul contract, Lovers. The Ace of Swords would be an honest, direct communication, potentially the severing of ties with this king, if you are dealing with that king, is what I see. It also means you need to step up in your king energy, meaning being, you know, authoritarian. This is how it is, holding a firm boundary. Don't leave it ambiguous or sort of kind of maybe. We really need to be clear here. And having that communication and airing that is really going to take you out of the Nine of Swords energy. When we're in indecision or when we haven't actually spoken the words but we know we're moving on, it's the most awful place to be. You know, we're really sitting in the worry and the sleepless nights and that kind of thing. So the Lovers, yeah, I feel like you are severing some kind of soul contract here. And Lovers is not just about, you know, love contracts. We have karmic contracts with people we work with organizations, all sorts of different karmic contracts. So I feel like we're severing one of those. The Lovers in the tarot, Cappy, before it was just a card, well, always seen as a card of, you know, soulmates, was one of the biggest cards of choice around matters of the heart. And it asks you to choose wisely, because often, you know, somebody can get hurt, but often we need to go through the hurt as well to get to the next stage. This is the Four of Swords. We see the Three of Swords here. We see the Ace of Swords here. 3 and Ace. It says that take a little pause and really figure out what you're going to say clearly. I think that you will need to take a pause after this as well, after the communication, to do your own healing. But the Four of Swords also says that the way forward, the breakthrough, will be revealed to you after you have done that. Four of Cups here. Yeah, you could be feeling a little bit like despondent or detached after this, but it may also mean that you're needing to be a bit emotionally detached when you have this communication, because otherwise, you know, that can really get in the way and have you making, you know, an emotional decision. We've got three fours in this reading. 444 is your angel number, and this is really to do with your stability and your security. So I feel like that's the thing that you are really know that is going to change for you, but you just need to get that plan in place and just trust that you will rebuild, and you will rebuild twice as good as before. Okay, Capricorn, I'm going to leave it there, and I hope you enjoyed this channeled tarot message. Keeping in mind, as a general reading for the collective, it can't, won't, and isn't meant to resonate for all of you, but do drop me a comment if you're called to share. I read them all and do my best to interact with you all over there as well. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. That supports my channel and lets you know when I post new videos. I see that as a great energy exchange between us. Liking, sharing, and commenting also supports things over here. You can find me on social media, Facebook and Instagram. Please use the links down below. There is a fake Instagram account that actually has more followers than me, and you'll know pretty soon that it's the fake one, because they will ask you if you want a reading, and that is something that is not okay, and I would never do. So do watch out. If you use the link below, you'll find my official account anyway. I'm wishing you a week of love and magic, Capricorn. Do take care. Bye for now.